Yeah. All right.
All right, everybody have a seat. I'll give you 30 more seconds to finish up. Which is chain rule. We're going to talk about part 2 of chain rule because some of you, yesterday's homework question, for some of you guys, it's kind of difficult. And so I'll go over that part.
Sam.
All right, so yesterday I think question 21 is x. What's the question that you guys go over? Like x squared times what?
X squared parentheses x minus 4.
X squared parentheses what? X minus 2. X minus 2?
Yeah.
To the what?
Power 4.
4, okay. So I'll go over this particular question because that's kind of about what we're doing today. So you have to recognize that there is a multiplication sign here. And if multiplication sign means this means product. Okay? Now this one here means anything other than 1 power. So you got to realize that chain rule apply to anything other than 1 power. Okay? Because 1 power, you don't, the power 1, you don't need to use chain rule. Half, chain rule. 1/3, you're gonna have to use chain rule. Negative 1/3, you're gonna have to use chain rule. So here it's gonna tell me this is have to do chain rule. Okay? So you gotta make sure you know how to do that. So now there's a product, so that means I'm gonna take derivative of this. This is just a simple power rule. So if I have simple power rule, that's gonna be 2x. Okay? And then I'm gonna get x minus 4 to the 4th power plus
X minus 2.
X minus 2. And then plus, now I'm going to leave this one alone, lefty, right, righty, left. So I'm going to take an x squared. I'm just going to leave it alone. Now I'm going to take a derivative of this one. Be careful how to take a derivative of this one. So I'm going to take it down to 4. And then I'm going to take x minus 2 to the 3rd. Don't forget the 3rd. Some of you guys forget about the 3rd. But actually there's something hidden. Although it's not going to change anything, but there is a 1 here. Because you got to do derivative of x minus 2, x times 2, x minus 2. So that's 1. But if it is x squared, this is going to become 2x. So most of the time people forget about this part. Now, what I'm going to do is factor out the most negative. So I'm going to show you an example how to factor out most negative. So x squared minus x to the 4th. Which one's more negative? Square, right? So I'm going to factor out x squared times, if I take it out, that means subtract 2, so it's going to be 0, so it's 1 minus x squared. Although it sounds very easy, but we're going to apply it to here. We're going to look at what's LCD here. Greatest common factor. So greatest common factor is going to be right here, this part. Do you see that? And do you see this? They both have x minus 2. Now, which one's more negative?
3.
3. So I'm going to take out this. Now, I'm also going to look at other things besides this. Let's look at an x. Is there anything I can take it out? To an x and 2x. X, right? So I can take out this x, and I can take out this x. So those are the things I'm going to take it out. So I'm going to use a blue color marker to represent the x. And red color marker is going to be x minus 2 to the which power? 3rd power. And then the rest is going to be black. It's going to be, what's the rest?
You can take out a 2.
Yeah, you're supposed to take out 2
4.
Oh, you can take out 2. Good. So let me take out a 2 here because there's a 4. So I'm going to take out 2 here. Red marker. So this is 2. So this one, I can take it out. So now, once I take it out, I have this and this. Now I'm just gonna look at what do I have left. So if I take out 3 of them, I have 1 more x minus 2 left. So this is 2x, so it's all gone, so it's x minus 2 to the 1st power.
Yeah.
And then if I take out to the third power, I take out 2x, what do I have left?
2x.
2x, okay, so I'm gonna be plus 2x. And now I have 2x to the x minus 2 to the third power times 3x minus 2. Now, if I were to find the equation tangent line, I would just, at x equal to 1, or finding the slope at x equal to 1, I'll plug it here, because this is probably the derivative. Now, a lot of you guys on the quiz, it's going to coming up, that I'm going to ask you to find the equation line, just plug in here. Now, if I were to ask you what is derivative, you had to go all the way here. Why is here is better? Because just say this is the h of x, this is going to be equal to h prime of x. Now remember, if I were looking for horizontal tangent, there's no way I can find horizontal tangent from here. But you can find horizontal tangent from here. So x equal to 2 over 3, x equal to 2, x equal to 0, that's my horizontal tangent. But there's no way to find that. You might be able to find 2, that's it. So you gotta make sure that you need to know how to simplify all the way. Got it? Okay. Here, same thing. There's today's questions that we have this. And again, this is a product between two parentheses. And the chain rule, I'm going to use blue. So there's a chain rule right here. And there's a chain rule right here because there's a power other than 1. So chain rule. And the red one here is going to represent the product. So okay here?
Yes, sir.
So now I'm going to take a derivative of this, but not only I have to take a derivative, I know how to simplify all the way here. So I'm going to start with h of x, h prime of x. Make sure you write down h prime of x. I'm going to take a derivative at first. I usually take the first thing on the derivative. Whatever comes up, I'm going to take a derivative at first. So it's going to be 4 times what?
X 3 minus 2x.
To the which power? Third. Now, what else? Negative 2. See that negative 2 here? This is the chain. Right, I'm going to use a blue marker that is represented as a chain rule here. Negative 2. So because the derivative of the inside, that's what people forget. And it really frustrates me when I grade a test, people just forget that small part. So don't forget that part. So you do take out this is going to be negative 2, and then you're going to go how more?
3x.
We're going to say the 5x minus 2 to the third power. Right? Plus. Now I'm going to leave this one alone, so it's going to be 3 minus 2x to the fourth power. What else?
3x. I mean,
No.
3 5x.
3 times 5x minus 2 to the what? Second.
And then 5x.
Not 5x.
5.
Times 5. And you know what people usually forget? Is that negative 2 and that 5, and that's what people forget. Don't forget the derivative of inside. I'm going to repeat that over and over again, so make sure you don't repeat that. Make sure you don't make that mistake. So now I can simplify this, but I'm going to factor out the most negative. So which one is the most negative if you compare 3 minus 2x? 3, right? So we're going to take out this 3 right here. What else do we need to take it out?
5x minus 2.
That's going to be 2, right? So I'm going to take that out. And maybe there's other things I can take out. Let's see, there's probably not 3 and 5, negative 2 and 4. 4. There's nothing to take it out, so I'm going to take out just those things. So that's equal to 3 minus 2x to the third power, as well as the 5x minus 2 to the second power, and then bracket. So I just need to count what do I have left on here. So I know this is completely gone. What do I have left? 5x minus 2, right? So I'm going to write down 5x minus 2. And how about the coefficients? Negative 8.
plus.
plus. Now, this one is gone. Well, hold on.
That one has one.
This one is have one more left.
3x minus
And this one's completely gone, right?
No.
So it'll be 3 times 5
Yeah, 15. 3x.
times what?
3 minus 2x.
3 minus 2x. And then parenthesis bracket. It's like a big factoring on steroid, GCF. And then you get to this point, and now you got to simplify it. So again, 3 minus 2x to the third power times 5x minus 2 to the second. And this one's going to be negative a, so it's going to be negative 40x plus 16. And 15, so the 15 times 3 is plus 45. 15 times negative 2x is going to be negative 30x. So that's equal to 3 minus 2x to the third times 5x minus 2. And then bracket here is going to be negative 70x plus 61. Again, there's a 3 horizontal asymptote here. Sorry, 3 horizontal tangent. Horizontal tangent is going to be located at 3 over 2, 2 over 5, and 61 over 70. That's the reason why we need to simplify all the way. You cannot say, this is my derivative, I should get credit. No, I don't. If I ask you derivative, I want to hear. Okay, you're gonna get partial credit for here. You're gonna get like 60% of credit here because you know how to do product and chain. But you have to simplify all the way to get the rest of the 4 points. Got this part? Okay. Yes.
The square, like, is that supposed to be green out?
Which one?
The 5x minus 2.
Square. Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
No, I was asking, maybe I'm dumb, but like, where does that 3 come from?
This 3?
Yeah, I don't get
Oh,
it.
I take a derivative of this one.
Write down.
So I brought it down to the front and changed that 3 to a 2. And take a derivative of the inside, 5.
Oh, my bad.
That's not a stupid question, that's a big question. There's somebody over there? Huh? You have a problem?
No, it's just.
Okay, so here, try one first. H of x equal to 3 minus 4x to the 7th power and 2x minus 3 to the 5th power. So I want you to take a derivative of this and make sure you come out right. And make sure you check with each other. So we're gonna go to the next one. I need to make sure you do it correct. I need to make sure you do it efficient.
Sound from outside of the ASMR.
What?
Scandalous women.
Get it done, get it done, get it done. I have other things to do. Well, this is probably like just algebra test, pretty much. It's not even a calculus. Chain rule is the first step, that's it. You got it? You dropped it. Okay, hopefully everybody got the same answer. Yes. Huh? Sing out here. Go over the 10 minutes there. Right? Would you guys match up the answer with us? What was the answer?
3 minus 4x to the 6.
3 minus what?
4x to the 6
4x to the 6?
times 2x minus 3 to the 4th. And then times negative 96x plus 114. Yeah.
So you should get that.
114.
114?
You should have put parentheses and brackets on that.
It's okay, it doesn't matter. At the end is a difference. Okay, so if you guys get there, that's good. Probably 11 minutes left, so I want to go over those two. Those two are the more higher tier questions, which is you got square root. Remember, square root is 1/2 power. 1/2 power is not 1 power, right? 1/2 power means you had to use chain rule automatically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if anything to the 1 power, you can distribute. Anything is not 1 power, you cannot distribute inside, so that x squared cannot distribute inside because this is 1/2 power. So this one's a little more interesting because this one you want to think about is h of x is x squared times 1 minus x squared to the 1/2 power. And since they are a product here between x squared and the square root, that's a product right here, so that's Toast mean product.
Do you want us to do it?
No, I'm gonna do it because I'm a guy who do it.
Oh.
This one's gonna tell me chain because 1/2 power. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this part. The derivative part is not hard. The derivative part is the easy part because that anybody can do it. So you can try to take a derivative now, but not simplify more because I'm gonna teach you how to simplify more. And you should have the derivative done just about 10 more seconds. And now I'm going to go over it. I'm going to derivative the left, right? So it's going to be 2x. And that times 1 minus x squared to the 1/2. Any questions here? Plus the x squared times the derivative of that. So that's a chain rule. So it's 1/2 times 1 minus x squared to the negative 1/2. Am I forgetting something?
Negative 2x.
Times negative 2x, and I'm gonna write down here because that's what you guys are gonna screw up on the test. Now here's the thing, I can simplify this 2 and 1/2, right? Because 1/2 times 2 is gone. So this one's go away, right? Does that make sense? Kind of my life is a little bit easier. So now I'm gonna factor out the GCF. Now, before I factor out GCF, I'm gonna do this on the side, is we know how to factor out the x squared minus x to the 4th. I take out the x squared, that's gonna be 1 minus x squared. We take out the most negative. What if I have x to the negative 2 minus x to the negative 4? Which one's more negative? Negative 4, so which one I'm taking out? Now, if I take out, I subtract this by 2, right? I subtract this by 2. Do you see the power is subtracting? So if you take out here, this one's easy. This one's just 1, right? Because subtract negative 4.
Yep.
Subtract negative 4 is going to give me 0. What is subtract negative 4 here?
2.
2. Okay, so you need to factor out the most negative here. Which one's more negative in this case?
Negative 1/2.
Negative 1/2. Good. So now I'm going to look at here. I'm going to say this one is the one I'm going to factor out. So for here and here. And what else I can factor out?
X.
Maybe an x right here. And there's an x right here. I can factor out 1x. So I'm going to write down the x here. And 1 minus,
Wait, what about the other x though?
it doesn't matter, that's gonna multiply together. We can factor out this x or this x, doesn't matter. So 1 minus x squared to the what? Negative 1/2, right? So now I'm gonna put a bracket here. So I already take out x. I already take out a negative 1/2. What do you think is gonna be? 1/2 subtract negative 1/2. So what's gonna be? 1. So it'll be 1 minus x squared to the 1 power. If I take out x, what do I have left? 2. Any question about here? I'm going to factor out negative 1/2, so this is completely gone. This x is completely out. I have a negative sign left, right? And x squared. So I'm going to say negative x squared. So I'm going to x1 minus x squared to the negative 1/2. That's going to be 2 minus 2x squared minus x squared. So it'll be x times 1 minus x squared to the negative 1/2. This one's going to be what? 2 minus 3x squared. And then I can simplify that. 2 minus 3x to the square over x times this times 1 minus x squared to the square root.
Isn't it just x?
What?
Don't you factor out x? It's just like,
If I factor out x, right, I still have x squared.
oh, so something.
Because there's an x squared here. I take out x only. Does that make sense? Okay, go back to watch your video if you're not sure, but this is just the higher tier of chain rule. Tomorrow we're going to go to trigonometry, but let me finish this one. So there's similar things. What kind of rule am I using here? Quotient rule. Quotient rule and chain rule. Now, can I alter that to product rule? Yes, but I don't prefer it. There's a reason why I don't prefer it. In some questions, it end up to be harder. If it's like this and top is x, just use quotient rule. If the top is 1, then you flip to the top. If it's a constant on the top, you flip to the top, then you just have to deal with constant multiple rule. You don't have to deal with this. So right now I'm going to take a derivative. Low, right? So that's equal to x over x squared plus 2 to the 1/3. So low d high minus high d low, which is 1/3 times the x squared plus 2 to the negative 2/3. Am I done?
Lower low.
Nope.
Is there an easier way to do that? Like,
2x. I'll over low. So over low is going to be x squared plus 2 to the which power? 2 over 3. Thank you. So what's the easy way you suggest? What's the easy way that you're talking about, Zachary?
I thought you could just, when you did it in the 1/3 parentheses, you could make it negative 1/3.
Right, you can use product rule that way, but somebody did it that way in 5th period and did it wrong, and I told them not to do it. There actually it's okay, but it will end up usually be easier if you do quotient when it's true quotient. Like in this case, you have to use quotient, just use quotient. You can change the product, you kind of force the issue, but it's something that, in my experience, that sometimes people make mistakes. So it's just much easier to do a quotient.
so it's easier to do quotient when there's an x above it.
X squared, longest variable on the top, just boom. Okay, so which one's more negative here?
Wait, Mr. Yu,
Yes.
how come, oh wait, no, never mind, I get it. Forget anything I said.
Okay, I'm gonna take out negative 2/3 because this one is the one I'm taking out. Do you see that? This is more negative. This is probably the most organized thing I can ever write on my board. Okay? And there's a reason why, because people usually get confused. Okay, so once you take it out, what do you have left?
X squared plus.
I have what?
squared plus 2.
This one's gonna be x squared plus 2, thank you. And on this side, it's gonna be, this one's completely gone. So it'll be 2x times x, which is 2x squared, right? So 2x squared over 3, right? Over x squared plus 2 to the 2/3. Now I'm gonna simplify this, x squared. So this one is negative 2/3. Are they the same thing? Can I combine those two? What happens if you combine those two? Which power am I turning?
Negative 4.
Positive 4/3. Because this is gonna be changing to the bottom, become 2/3. 2/3 plus 2/3 is 4/3. And then you have this, then, wait, this one's minus, I think. This one's minus, my bad. So what's x minus 2/3 x squared? 1/3 x squared. Plus what? Plus 2. Now I'm going to show you, you can factor out a 1/3 as well. Because this one doesn't look like it's a right fractions, right? Can I take out 1/3? So I'm going to take out 1/3 in the front. Now, 1/3 is going to distribute to what to get you 2? What?
Yeah. 6.
6? I just want to make sure I didn't.
6 over 3
Yeah,
is 2.
yeah.
6
Yeah,
divided by
it's
3
six,
is
it's
2.
six.
So if I take out 1/3, that's going to give me what?
6.
Oh, there's something wrong. Hold on. Something wrong. Give me a second. There's something wrong. X squared plus 4. Oh, x squared plus 2. This one's the x squared plus 4. Yeah. So you can take it out here. It's 1/3. So good. So that's going to be x squared plus 6 over x squared, because it was different from the textbook. So that's why I come out with different answers. But it's x squared plus 6. So this.
Explicador.
See.
Mister, why is it 4/3?
Because this is negative 2/3, right?
Don't you
And you go down to the bottom?
And then negative 2/3 minus 2/3.
Yeah, so it's negative 4/3. Negative 4/3 is gonna go downstairs anyway.
Apparently, if you call it
How did you get x squared plus 6?
What?
Because if you took out the 1/3 and if you distributed 1/3 to 6 would be 2.
So 1/3 distributed here, 1/3 distributed here is gonna be 2. So you had to drink the
Okay, you
reverse.
just took it out, okay.
Mr. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm actually,
I was following you up to here,
Okay.
but then
yeah.
Okay, so 1/3, just look at the 1/3. X squared plus 2, right?
Yeah.
So I can take out 1/3. That means I'm divided by 1/3. So what's 2 divided by 1/3?
so you get 6,
Yeah.
and it's the same on the bottom.
The bottom is, this one, the negative 2/3. When I flip to the bottom, it's gonna be 2/3 positive, 2/3 plus 2/3 is 4/3.
The bottom is multiplied by
Yeah, because that's becomes 1/3 of the 3 is in front, this is 1/3 right here. So this is 1/3.
Oh yeah, it's big.
Thank you.